Hello, David Gold here. I'm here with my director, also Professor Len, and who directs Eurydice, and he's going to answer a couple questions about the show, and so you guys can have a little bit of insight and see kind of a little bit more behind the scenes of what is going on with the show of Eurydice. Anyways, I'm going to put the camera on Len here. Woo, it's Professor Len. All right. So, what is your, vision with the show? Can you explain that to the audience you would like?
That's a good question. What's the vision of the show? I'm it's kind of tricky to sort of what the vision of the show is, except to kind of dig into what Sarah Rule was trying to, what I think Sarah Rule was trying to get at with the play, to find a way to bring those characters, to bring that story forward. And while it's ostensibly the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, I think what Rule was really going after was the relationship in the play between Eurydice and her father, which is kind of a way that Sarah Rule was dealing with her own grief at the loss of her father, in the way Eurydice negotiates the grief of the loss of her father and the loss of her husband in two different ways. And and then Eurydice is left with a choice. What are the loves that are worth grieving? What are the loves that are worth making that kind of sacrifice for? I think is sort of what I was going for in the show, and trying to see what as we did that, what play shows up. How does the play start to speak to to all of the creators that were in that room.
Why should people see the show?
I think they should see the show because it's a really great show. Sarah Rule is I think one of our most important playwrights in the American theater right now. Her style of writing really reminds us, for me, it really reminds me what theater is about. It's very theatrical, the quality of language she uses, the way she uses language, the directions, the encouragement and freedom that she gives actors creates an event that's uniquely theatrical. And I think that sometimes we go to theater to kind of experience a movie live on stage, and this is very different. This is a theater piece, and to reignite the experience and the love and the experience of being in a room where theater is happening sometimes can be rare. And I think it is a great opportunity for people to reconnect with that, because theater is so important to a society. It tells us who we are, it tells us what we value. It lets us see ourselves in a new way, in a different light. It provides the possibility for contemplation, and I think that's important.
All right. Beautiful. Well said. Well, you heard it, folks. Eurydice. Thank you, Len. I really appreciate you answering my questions.
Sure.
And you heard it all right there.